The greatest piece of marketing wisdom that I have ever heard was by Wyatt Woodsmall. He is a psychologist, and it makes sense because he really understands people. And when I heard this piece of marketing wisdom, it really drew a line in the sand for me. Like, before I heard that, my marketing was up and down, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. And then after I heard this quote, everything changed for me. It just brought everything into focus. My campaigns started to do much better, and over time, I started to focus more and more. And I noticed that not just my campaigns and my client campaigns were doing exceptionally well. And that's what I think is the secret to my success over the last few years. And that's this quote. So let me show you what it is. Wyatt Woodsmall is a psychologist, and he basically said this, that when you can articulate someone else's problem better than they can, they automatically and unconsciously credit you with knowing the solution. And that there is key. Every piece of content you create, whether it's a blog post or a video or a social media update, or a TV commercial or a newspaper ad, or a Google ad or a Facebook ad, it really doesn't matter what it is. It should be focused on this quote. The foundation should be describing your perfect prospect's pain point. So when you describe it in the video or the blog post or the ad, they automatically and unconsciously credit you with having the solution to that problem. And when you can do that, it makes it very easy for people to move to the next stage. So many ads, so many pieces of content out there are useless. People look at it or read it and they just don't care. They just don't care about you or your business or what you're trying to say in the ad. What they do care about, though, is themselves. And what they do care about is how you can help them solve their problem. So how do you convince them very quickly that you can solve their problem? The way is to describe their problem. Describe it. It's a little bit like a doctor. A doctor will basically ask you a series of questions to describe, so you can describe the problem back to them, or they can describe it to you. So they'll say, how does it feel when you lift your arm? Oh, well, that hurts. Okay, well, that hurts. What about when I press here? Oh, that hurts as well. And every time they ask that question, they're getting a better picture of the problem that you have. And at the end, they'll summarize that problem and you'll say, they must have the answer. So when they go to prescribe a prescription to you, you're happy to take that because you assume they have the solution because they got to the description of the problem very quickly. And that's what you need to do as a marketer. You need to become the doctor for your client, describing the problem that they have. And when you can do that, marketing becomes easy. When you can do that, your conversion rates will go up. But when you don't do that, you'll always struggle. You'll be on a struggle street of lead generation. And so my advice to you is to listen to what Wyatt Woodsmall says. Apply this one quote into every single piece of marketing that you do, into your sales process. And when you do that, it will make a massive difference to everything that you do marketing-wise. And every dollar you spend on marketing, you should get a multiple of that back. But the reason you don't is because when you put an ad, people look at it and they think, well, I don't care about your business. Tell me how you can help me. Okay? So why don't you do that? Why don't you take this quote, apply it to your website, apply it to the next video you create, apply it to the next Facebook ad that you write. I have done that consistently for many years, and I've seen a massive increase in my success online. So if you're a web designer, and you're looking at growing your business and you need more leads and you need a better conversion rate and you want higher prices and you're struggling with all of these things, I want to encourage you to book in a scale session with me. It's basically a 15-minute chat where you and I'll sit down on the phone and we will talk about the 3 biggest roadblocks stopping you from getting to where you want to be and talk about 3 potential solutions that can get you there in the next 60 days to reaching your goal. So if that's you, book in the call. I look forward to chatting, and don't forget, apply this principle. Articulate problems of your prospects better than they can so they think and they realize that you have the solution. Speak to you soon.